you an example. As you probably all know now, there's a huge controversy about the KosherSwitch that came out. Millions of emails everywhere. Everyone argue. Kosher, not kosher. A few years ago, the person that invented it is a technical person. Religious man, very nice person. One of the decent people. Not, sometimes people can have yarmulke and beard, but they're not decent. This, a decent person. Ask him, he answered to the point, no talking, no playing games, showing you everything, whatever, 100%. He told me, I'm working on a switch that will be completely kosher for all opinions. It took him many years, believe me, it was more than 4 years ago when he started it. Eventually he came to the final step now. In the process, he went to a few big rabbis, Faradi, Ashkenazi. He wanted to get all opinions. He told me in the beginning, I know there will be strict Hasidim that will speak against it. You know, it will take many times, many years until they agree to even consider such thing. People are afraid of changes. I'm not counting on that. But I want the more modern people to see that they will be kosher. That's my market. Okay. I was thinking, as a Kiruv person, imagine if all Jews in the world would have it, and instead of violating Shabbat like they are, they would actually not violate Shabbat. All electric will be allowed. They can turn lights on, air condition on, everything will be nothing violation. Now I know that these people are not religious. And I know because of the KosherSwitch, they're not going to be religious. They continue to drive the car, they continue to do other things. But if we can prevent 50% of the Chilulei Shabbat of every Jew from 11 million Jews in the world. 11 million Jews, now, until now they're violating Shabbat 1 million times every Shabbat, now we'll go down to 500,000 times. Right? They continue to be Mechalelei Shabbat. Their status didn't change. They're still not Shomer Shabbat. I know that. I'm not a fool. I know what's going to be. But quantity-wise, there will be a few billions less Chilulei Shabbat in the Jewish world, and the punishment for Chilulei Shabbat are the worst one in the Torah. So many tragedies are coming to the Jewish nation from Jews that are not Shomer Shabbat. The books are full of examples. Fire, tragedies, problems, horrible things. So if from 1 billion it would go down to 500 million, the Jewish nation achieves something? Of course, because it goes by, not only by quality, it goes by quantity. If you mechalel Shabbat, one cigarette on Shabbat, you're already not Shomer Shabbat. But if you smoke 2, double punishment. Smoke 4, it's 4 times Chilulei Shabbat. 4 times stoning, not 1 time. If you smoke 20, 20 times violation. If you smoke 50, 50 times. So what's better, to smoke 1 or to smoke 40? Of course, 1 is not as bad. It's not good. It's still Mechalel Shabbat. But it's less. Even a murderer, someone who murders every day 5 people, if you can convince him to murder only 1, by convincing him to murder only 1, you don't really say it's allowed to murder. I'm not allowing you to murder even the 1. But if I have to choose between 5 and 1, I will choose the 1. Doesn't mean I say 1 is good. I say it's not as bad as 5. So far everything is clear. So he went to few, and I'm not mentioning name here. The names really doesn't matter. It's the concept. As a Jew who wants to be truthful in front of Hashem, we have to pay attention to these things. He went to some of them. They gave them a great letter. They examined the device. They saw everything, how it works. They asked questions. He showed them everything, 100%. They had 4 years' time. It wasn't from today. It's years of process. They gave an approval. Some of them even agreed to speak to the video with words of encouragement. It's great, Yishar Koach, great what you're doing. Okay. Now it came up. Until now, it was only talking. You know these people, I'm in a deal. As soon as the deal become real, no, I don't have the money right now. But why did you tell me for 3 years you're in a deal? We were counting on you. There are a lot of people like this. So what happened? When he finally came to the final stage that is ready for production, all of a sudden, the pressure began. After all, it's an argument between the rabbis. Some say allowed, some say not allowed. I'm not here to say who's right. I'm not a posek. It's not my job. I've never been and not intend to be. After a few very reliable people, with some of them are famous names, they gave an approval for that. Some of them, when they saw the pressure, they started to get nervous about their reputation. What people's going to say about us. So what did they do? If you change your mind, let's see you got scared. You worry about your name. You worry about your reputation. There are kosher ways to get out of it. You can come and publish an apology. According to my humble opinion, I thought back in a time when I review it, based on my knowledge in Torah, I thought it's perfectly kosher. I don't see any problem here. But now when I heard other great rabbis that disagree, they think it's not so kosher, for whatever reasons are. We're not even getting into the halacha issue here. I am canceling my opinion in front of the bigger rabbis than me. If this rabbi and this rabbi think it's not good, who am I to say no? I put whatever I say until now in a garbage. That's a very kosher way to back up. I thought, I don't see any problem here. I checked it 10, 20 times. I see it's perfectly fine. I published an agreement. Somebody else sees something I don't see. I don't know what he sees. Whether I agree or disagree, doesn't matter. Is it a bigger name than me? I put my mouth on the side. I'm silent. This is a kosher way to back up. Nobody would get punished. But that's not what they do, some of them. They started to say, he was misleading us. He did not show us all the facts. We never told him it's allowed. We only told him it's allowed for sick people and old people. Of course, we never allowed it to the whole public. No, he misled my father. Oh, my husband didn't know all the details back in the time. I'm telling you, it's a total lie. But this lie is not just a lie. It's a pure murder. You're taking an innocent person who put years of his life to work on something. I don't know anything with him. I don't know him personally so much. All my life I spoke to him 1 or 2 hours. All together, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes. All together, maybe an hour or 2. It's not that we sit together or we ever ate together on a table or anything like this. Nothing, I'm not involved with him. I just, thought the idea has potential to save a lot of Chilulei Shabbat. That's all. And based on what he showed me back in the thing, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I saw based on the rules. I used to teach Hilchot Shabbat in yeshiva and Gemara in yeshiva. A little bit, I know. I've seen nothing wrong with that. So what happened is, there is one thing to come and say, this was my opinion. If a bigger rabbi than me say the opposite, don't listen to me, it's bigger than me. That's the way the Torah been. Many people can say one thing. If Chacham Eliashiv would say, nah, all of them would know, okay, don't listen to me. Rav Eliashiv is here, you don't allow to listen to me. Same thing, doctors. It's not only by rabbis like that. It can be a local rabbi. It's not a worldwide surgeon. He said, I think that we should operate on your brain. We'll cut a piece. That's the worst can happen. Maybe you won't be able to move the hand, but your life will get saved. And another doctor agree, and another doctor agree, and another doctor agree. 100 doctors agree already. That's what you should do. You should make an operation. And then a Japanese, worldwide known surgeon about these cases, the best in the world, review everything, the x-rays, say absolutely not. Based on what those 100 say, doctors, you'll be paralyzed for the rest of your life, guarantee, 99%. Better to live 10 years and die, but normal, than to do it and be paralyzed for the rest of your life, you can move. Who are we going to listen to? To the 100 local doctors that have 80% knowledge, or to the one that everybody knows, he knows best in the world, he has 40 years of experience, he did thousands of surgeries, he's the number, all other doctors admit that he's the biggest in the world. Even the doctors themselves say, my opinion was that it's the right thing to do, but when my teacher from medical school, or I learned a lot in his books, and a lot of what I know I learned from him, if he disagree with me, I'm canceling my opinion in front of my master. That's normal, it's always been the case. But to come and say he lied to me, or he didn't present me all the facts, or he took my words out of what I meant, contents, whatever, this is like spilling the blood of an innocent person. Every Jew that sees this cannot agree with that. For that, I'm protesting. This is what's called hypocrisy. Say, I approved it. You don't have to listen to me. I'm not the chief Rabbi of the world. Did I tell you that you must listen to me? You asked my opinion. I checked the cases. I gave you an answer aloud. How many times in this generation alone, many things came out to the world, the biggest rabbi in the world say aloud, and the other one that is just as big say not aloud? How many times? Hundreds of times. Did you know that when the Shabbos clock came out, when you do nothing on Shabbat, you do it before Shabbat. You set up the time and it turns the light on and on. There were very big rabbis, including Rav Moshe Weinstein, who's a very big chacham, that were against it. There's always the psychological aspect as well. Sometimes the rabbis are not afraid if he's allowed or not allowed. After all, we argue about only a rabbinical law here. Everyone agrees it's not a sin from the Torah. It's rabbinical law, no death sentence, no death penalty, no karet. It's rabbinical violation. That's the argument, if it's a rabbinical violation or if it's allowed completely. That's where the argument is. So how many times, sometimes they know it's really kosher, but they're afraid of the psychological aspect. Now all Jews going to turn lights on and on. It's something that I cannot digest. Who knows where it's going to lead us? It can lead us to the unknown. And maybe no return from it. So they're afraid of the psychological aspect. So say, halacha-wise, I don't see anything against the rules. We have rules, but halacha, it's not everything in life. Chacham enough berosho. Maybe there are things here that can cause a tragedy eventually. Not everything that is allowed, that means you can do it. There's many things is allowed. It's allowed to eat cream cakes. But sometimes if you eat, you die. But it's fine, it's glad kosher. It's allowed to eat meat. You eat meat all day. Who knows where it's going to lead you to? It's allowed. I'm eating kosher. I'm not doing anything here, but you eat 10 times more than what a person should eat. Look at you, 500 pounds. Another year, you're dead. You're young. So there are things sometimes in life you can say, logically, it's allowed. But we only seeing other things. Say it. Don't say, you misled me. You didn't give me all the details. It's really not allowed. If you believe really it's not allowed, fine. You say, 100% thing is not allowed. This is what I say. I say, to come and say that a person that you gave him an endorsement, he came and lied to you and he did not present you with the right things, that's not fair. You should say, back in a time, I thought it's the right thing to do. Now when I see bigger names than me, they hold against it, I cancel my opinion in front of them. You ask who to listen to them, don't listen to me. I think there will be an easy way out than to come and spill the blood of a person. So